Oh, if it isn't Licksmas, day 3.
Number
Yes.
three.
Here with Ricky Meyer,
Hello,
Max
family.
Allard, and Samuel Barham.
Getting
Mm.
progressively
Going to be,
loopier as we
Yeah.
go.
And
we're going to
most
be
importantly, Cassidy Beentjes.
we're going to be getting into it, folks. We're going to be getting deep into it.
Deep into it.
Yes.
Deeper than ever before
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Going to reveal the secrets of the Lick universe. Yeah.
of the universe. Absolutely.
Okay. So, what have we got here? Well, you've probably seen the main video. So I've done a lot of explaining on this already, but to brief recap, these licks are about getting from this fifth string to this third string, or this the same note but on the second string to the third string, right? So it's about connecting your up the neck Scruggs vocabulary to your down the neck Scruggs vocabulary. So a brief demonstration, you might be coming up to the last, couple of measures of a vocal tune. And then what do you do? How do you get to this? Right? Well, Ricky, why don't you pick one of these at random?
Let's see. I mean, the one you kind of did is that one.
Let me move my thing so I can see it. Right, okay, so that one, well, that one, so you might do this. And then you can, right, then you're in down the next territory, just pick another one, right?
Down the neck, or I mean, I really like
Pick
that
any
one.
one, pick any measure.
I
Okay,
really
so
like that
you
one.
could do this. Right? You get the idea. You're up here
So that
in
fifth
this,
string is giving you a little bit of a break to reset and move you
exactly,
into a
exactly,
position where you
exactly.
can
So
be set.
often I'm connecting it to this, and I'm sliding. But I talk about that in the video. So right, or I could. Now I'm connected to down the neck vocabulary.
Who needs Legos for Christmas when you have banjo licks like these?
They're really modular, and some of these even
That's
have
the
kind of
idea. It's
two.
automatic, right? To use the word that I used.
It is automatic, and a lot of these can really be broken into 2 bits as well, right? Like, I mean, this one, you have an open first string, right? So now you
So
can.
it's okay. So here we go. So there are all kinds of ways, just in 4 notes, that we can get from here to here. You could do this. 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 Running out of ideas here. You could do this. Right? Or you could do. There's another one in there that I'm. Right? Or this. Right? So I could do this. Well, hang on. I could do this. I could connect this, like you said. Right? I could connect that to any number of those. So I could go. I could go. I could go. I could go. Right? I could go. Right? So I could go. Right? And just endless possibilities, right? Because this is how I distinguish really vocabulary from licks. A lick is this larger piece, right? But a piece of vocabulary, is really just often just a very small little thing, right? It might just be only just a few little notes, right? Like this is a piece of vocabulary that we talked about the other day, right? That's a really important piece of vocabulary in that bluesy, minor, modal kind of sound with melodic style, right? That we were talking about the other day, right? Or in major melodic style, this is a really important piece of vocabulary. It's absolutely essential, right? And you can connect it in a bunch of different ways. I could go, right? Or I could go, Right, I'm connected. Or I could, because it goes to this particular, it begins on this important place in the neck, right? It begins on this and ends on this, right? So I could connect it to, or I could connect it to, or I could connect it to, just like I did before. So I could go, right, and just pick one of them at random, right? It just doesn't matter. That's how I would distinguish the two things. So what I'd love us to do is why don't we just, because I like to get these spontaneous moments here captured. It's just why don't each of us just try writing a lick. I haven't done any single string ones, for instance, and we have Ricky Meyer here, who's the king of single string. So for instance, you could do something like that. Excuse me. Right, and that'll get you down. You could write that one out, Ricky, for instance.
Okay, which one do you want?
So there's my contribution. Right?
What was it?
Da da ya da, dee da ya da, with a slide. Da 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 da, da da ya da.
You're going like this, I think.
Da da ya. Slide, yeah, with a slide and open. Exactly. Exactly. So there's my contribution, right? That's just a thing that I haven't necessarily played before, but it serves the same function as Ricky would say. It is synonymous with all those other licks. All these licks are synonyms, right? We're using these kind of linguistic terms, vocabulary synonyms, which makes Sam very happy.
I'm really happy right now. Yeah, I call these atoms. That's kind of strange. I think I probably picked that up from my computer science background, but atomic building blocks are atoms. But I love the idea of distinguishing a lick, which in my mind, as apparently in yours, Cassidy, is a longer piece, like a sentence or a quotation, or an idiom, from something that's much shorter and more modular, which is really what you're getting at. The idea of things that as long as you sort of know what note the current piece of vocabulary is going to end on, and you have something else that starts on that note, you can just sort of string things together.
Yes,
and that's the way the brain thinks about language too. We don't think word by word. We don't think, all right, I just used the word he, so I have to stick an S on the end of the next word. No, we think in longer bit, not quite whole sentences, something shorter. Little chunks. And I think that probably when people like Bela Fleck are improvising, they're also thinking in terms of these little atomic building blocks. Occasionally one might think, all right, I have a 4-bar lick and I'm just going to let it loose. But I think that's a lot rarer than what you're talking about, which is much shorter building blocks.
And I hate to belabor the point, but if you hang out with somebody, or even I catch myself doing this, if you speak so much in phrases or just like licks or lines, it's kind of awkward, and sometimes you catch yourself like using this line that may be out of context and it doesn't really make sense. And exactly. I find the equivalent of like playing licks. And then sometimes like the actual saying like goes like right in the context.
Yeah.
But
because like the longer something is, the more specific it is, the more contextually primed, and then therefore the more it stands out when it's not quite in the right context.
Yeah.
So let's all write something, right? So
what are the parameters?
I'm just connecting.
You're from high G to low G.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah,
well, Cassidy, I have one
that position to this low Scruggs position. So let's all just try and compose something, right?
I have one that I've heard Jens Kruger use quite a bit, and I know it's not his. It might even be Don Reno's, but it's not quite something I think that you have written here. But it's really nice because it's easy for beginners because there's just two fingers involved, right? So that's open G,
back control,
open D, yeah. You only have to fret 2 notes.
That one.
And do you notice how it uses the same piece of vocabulary as the first lick on the page in Measure?
It's also interesting to note it's also a kind of forward-backward roll, but it's a backward-forward roll. that's engineered for speed and ease.
You can play it so
Yes.
fast. You only have to fret 2 notes if you want. You can obviously you can bend the that up to the B as you do it. And if anybody watching wants a really neat demonstration of this, it occurs a lot in the Kruger Brothers recording of Grandfather Clock, or Grandfather's Clock, which is just worth watching on its own for just a virtuosic demonstration of banjo backup, guitar backup, close arrangement. It's absolutely incredible. It's like an art song.
Yes. It's amazing. Yes, it is like art song. And the other interesting thing is that it's the same notes as this common piece of vocabulary. Right. So I'm trying to think of where that's
Is that the one?
where that's used. Let me move my thing so I can see. Yeah, it's exactly the same notes, except we're playing it in kind of melodic style version of it. But this is a Scruggs lick, you know. So
yeah, although
probably,
I don't know, Cassidy.
When people
I
do
don't want
this,
to quibble.
just hang on a sec. When people like Tony do that, they're probably hearing this, right? That's probably what they're hearing. But they're adapting it to this melodic style technique. What were you going to say, Sam?
Well, exactly what you just said is that probably the more traditional Scruggs way to play that first lick is actually with the fretted D and E.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
But it also switches from a backward forward roll to a forward backward roll.
Yes.
Yeah. So this kind of thing, just the way the roll works is, that particular roll I would say would be unorthodox, for like a J.D. Crowe style player or a Scruggs style player. Right?
I agree.
But maybe not. But there's something about it that's just subtly different in terms of the right hand. Yes. So that was Sam's. Max, have you got anything?
I had a few ideas. I might need an extra second. Let's see. I mean, does it have to be only one measure long?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it could conceivably be 2 measures, but try to keep it to 1 measure.
Start on G and end on G.
Yep. High G to low G.
I had something like some weird idea that went, but I'm not sure about that leap. I mean, that's a. It's not super conventional, but let's go. Yeah. And you can bend the fork.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
And that's quite similar to the ones that I had at Krusty. Excuse me. That's quite similar to 20 to measure 22.
I'm pretty sure that's.
Ricky, it's a 4 and a 2.
It's a half step lower.
4 and a 2, yeah, step lower. Good. Yep.
It's similar to measure 22, right? You've just
Right.
moved the first one down, right? And again, connected it to a different open D.
Yeah, and it has the same suffix. Has the same suffix as the one in measure 6.
Yeah, exactly. So you see how
And
it's
the
all
same
these
suffix
little
with this.
pieces, right? So yeah, it's a beautiful illustration of that. This one would be nice to go to C. Again, using this common piece of vocabulary. Very common piece of melodic style vocabulary to get to C. Or to get to D. Let's do something like that. Anyways, what about maybe you could we can keep coming up with.
Check out this one.
You're using the D flat over G again.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, I just want to see how this. Because I don't think we've done that roll yet, but it has that's a 4 in a row roll, so it's a square roll, but starting on the middle finger.
Oh, yes.
But that's an alternate thumb roll.
Are you crossing you're crossing your thumb over?
Yes. Yeah. So that's two thumb, 1 thumb. Yeah.
Why don't you try it? Yeah, no, that's fun. That's fun. That's great. Why don't you even try? You could even try.
And like I don't know, if you were to do it in major, it would be just like it'd be like this, that kind of thing.
7. What's
Yeah.
7? Yeah, exactly. But the other thing you did was nice, making that a 0, making the 6th note a 0. Works in both versions.
Yeah. And the roll is conserved. And the roll is conserved.
What's that, Ricky?
The roll is conserved in those cases.
Yes.
But this is another one that may come in like Bill Cheatham or something.
Exactly, and we connected it to, again, if you look at measure 22.
And I would just like that roll is the same roll as that one.
Yes, just the strings are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still that alternate thumb roll.
Beautiful. Yeah, let's come up with a few more.
You could do something chromatic. Something like
one more time.
Ways to finish that, right? I'm using these two minor seconds on between strings 1 and 2.
Yeah, Bela does that a lot.
Right? That's
try to stretch to get it legato.
Oh.
Bela does that a ton.
Is that
2 on the next note. The note that you're on should be on the first string. So it's a second.
There you go. 4 6 1 1 3. Yes.
Oh, got it.
No, it should be a 2, shouldn't it?
Well, that's what I'm doing. What's written there?
Oh,
what are
you're
you
shifting
talking about,
all the way down?
I am. Yeah.
Oh. Unusual. It would probably be better off fingering it like this.
I don't think that's
Like
unusual. I think
suggested.
that's used quite a bit.
I'm missing a
saying
note.
it's optimal.
No, I think it's this. That's chromatic.
Yeah, that would be chromatic, but that's
Yeah,
not
is that what you wanted, Sam, or is it different?
I mean, that's fine too. That's not what I was playing, but
Because that way
like
you land
that.
on the.
That's very nice too. But
What were you intending?
What do you
I
have
already
first?
had it. Yeah.
Yeah, what you had first?
And then what's the
Well, there's lots of ways you could end it. But you could reuse the second half of the lick I provided earlier if you want.
Yeah.
Which is rather unceremonious, but
Oh, you can also look. You can also make that melodic with.
Yeah.
oh, that's really nice.
I like that sound too.
Which one?
Well, it's the very first thing you had, where you put the 1 on the first string on the third string. Put it on the third string.
Yeah, you have a 6 or an 8 on the third string, and then an open
that's
first
nice.
string.
And
Yeah.
the same thing. You could also do this. How about this? Second string F sharp, first string F, second string E.
Oh, that's really nice.
So you get like a bebop scale, essentially.
What was that, Cassie?
F sharp. So start with a G.
On open?
Open.
Yeah.
5th string.
And then 7 on 2. Then 3 on 1. 5 on 2. And then continue the same.
Sure, or just melodically do it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, or whatever.
Oh, that's clever.
Isn't that neat? I never would have thought of that. That's great.
That's just
Quite
a
a
bail.
stretch.
Oh, that thing right there, like forwards and backwards, would be very, very curious. Like
Yeah, you want to go like this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's weird.
Oh yeah.
Let's come up with another single string one. So I'll come up with
That's very curious.
I like that.
So I could do something. So I'll just come up with a single string one, right? So you could do something Reno-esque like this.
Yeah.
So you could go. Right? Something like that. So Ricky, that was 8, 10, 8. 7, sorry, excuse me, 9, 7, 9, 7. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so very Reno-esque.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where I wanted to go, as I wanted to like loop this thing, it would be like,
Yeah.
it would be like, what is going on? What is going on? What the hell happened? Something happened with my program.
Can you highlight the 2 images? Yeah.
It's like beating around the bush. Bill Keith. Sort
Yeah.
of.
Oh, sure.
That's the kind of thing that I was thinking for like some motivic development.
Exactly.
Is that this kind of thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
That is the dovetailing principle in action, really. It's exactly it. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful illustration of it. But again, it's a simple kind of lesson, this really. So we can pretty much leave it there unless anybody else has any additional thoughts.
Oh, sure.
Well, I think that this has to be renamed to the 12 Days of Vocabularies-mas instead.
I like that. I think
Say
that's,
goodbye to licks, guys.
I think that's more useful for everyone, especially beginner and intermediate players, because I think it's really, the idea of a lick is really attractive. It's alluring, right? It's like the siren call of the lick, and you want to learn the really cool licks. But the problem is once you know a lick, it's like, well, what do I do with it? You know? And
Yeah.
if you don't understand the lick, I mean, usually a lick is composed of like atomic vocabulary items. If you don't understand what those are and how they fit together, you can't get into it. You can't get out of it. It's not really useful. You can sit at home and sound for about 3 seconds at a time, like your favorite player, but you can't really use it.
Yeah, it really is like the equivalent is really getting a new piece of vocabulary and applying it in a handful of different contexts.
Right, because everybody remembers when you're a kid, right? You're reading books, you see a new word you've never seen before, and you sort of realize what it means, and then you find yourself trying to insert it into conversation. And just that, and that's a task enough, right? Just figuring out how to use that word naturally. Much less, I mean, think about how much more difficult it would be to learn a quote from your favorite book and insert that quote appropriately into conversation. It's going to sound awkward and out of place, But a word or a phrase, it's much more natural. It's easy. And the idea is you already have some language. And so you're using the language you already have, and you're just finding an apt place to insert that one interesting new word that you've learned. And that's easy.
Yeah. So
And
that
don't
being
get me-
said,
don't get-
Merry
don't get me wrong.
Vocabulary-smas.
Vocabulary.
And don't get me wrong, like I like licks, and I
We know.
use plenty of licks, but you've got to really understand, like I said, just in simple terms, just how to get into them and how to get out of them.
Yeah.
You need to have lots of, vocabulary or licks, built around, say, getting to the first note of the phrase and dovetailing off of the note that it lands on, like take a longer kind of Kristen Scott Benson lick that she showed me a long time ago. Right? It's a longer lick, but it starts. I mean, how many times do we do that slide, right? Right, that slide is this little piece of vocabulary, right? And it's a place that we often orient ourselves around, right? We go. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And then you can get more creative and say, well, 5 minutes ago I talked about modifying Max's lick and using this piece of vocabulary, which I know. Well, let's try that. Right? Works, right? because it dovetails.
Yep.
It's oriented around this open first string, which again is a really a crucial place on the neck, on the
Absolutely.
banjo, right? And then it's trivial to get out of it because it's a C. We land on the C of a C chord, right? It's not like we're landing on a, on a an A or something, which might be an unusual place to land on a C chord, right? This is we should have all sorts of things. All sorts of things that we can do from that note C. Right? So you can go, or you can So I used part of it there. Right? And kind of modified it. But anyways, so I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I'm just trying
considering that it is Licksmas and you haven't gotten me a gift yet, Cassidy. Can you tell me what that Kristen Scott Benson lick is, and then?
So just first of all, you just take sixth. Exactly.
Okay.
And then do forward backward rolls. Just use, that's a nice modification of it, but just stick to the open second string all the way through. Open second, you used first fret there. Open second. Then open, keep it open. No, keep it open, keep the second string open. God damn it, Ricky! Keep this. So here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can just land on one note, or you can land on the third, so you can either just land on this or just land on this.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And yeah, just land on one note, either this or this. So you could go, or you could go. Right?
Nice.
Anyways, yeah.
Wow. What a lick.
Putting it all
Thanks,
together.
Cassidy.
Love it. Well, this is great. We should probably call it here.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be back on the next day with one of my licks.
Take care, folks.
All right.